So my name is Sara Weiss, and with me today are my daughter Sydney Lee Schwamm, who's going to be 5 on November 1st, and Tyler Jacob Schwamm, who just turned, how old?
23.
3 years old. I had just turned 31 when I found a small lump in my right breast. I had no family history. I had gotten married 6 months earlier, and I was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. So I tried to stay on tamoxifen for a while, but I also knew that I wanted to have children. We knew that the chemo might make me unable to have children, but we felt it was more important that I get rid of the cancer and be here, and we'd deal with that later. So I was on tamoxifen for a while and struggled with it, and on and off it for about 2.5 years. And after 2.5 years, I went off of tamoxifen, and it's going now. And we tried to have children. And it took us a while, and there were a lot of complications, and we didn't know if it could work. And then one day, I had called my doctor because I was having some burning in my chest, and he said, "Come on in, let's do a CT scan on you, make sure that it's not cancer," because that's what everyone thinks of. And I said, "Oh, you know, let's run a blood test and make sure," like I said, because we're trying to get pregnant. And he called me back the next day, and he said, "I'm canceling your CT, you're pregnant." And that was with Sydney Lee. And we had Sydney, who was a healthy baby, and then 23 months later, we had Tyler. So we are very blessed and very lucky to have 2 wonderful, healthy children. And this February, it will be 9 years from my original diagnosis. So one of the really important things was when I had all these questions about can I go on and have children, I asked my doctor, Eric Weiner, who's at Dana-Farber, who had just written a chapter on fertility, and there was no data out there. So I said to him, you know, what are my chances of being able to be pregnant, and are there risks, and will the cancer come back? And his answer was basically there's very little data out there. And so a big driving force has been, okay, let's create the data, let's find the data. There are enough young women that are being diagnosed out there that want to know, can I go on, can I have children, can I live a life, am I going to be here when my kids grow up? Now, we're not going to be able to give them, you know, a steadfast answer that says 100% you're going to be here, but we can show examples and say the majority of data shows this or that. So Eric moved forward and is putting together a cohort to look at data prospectively instead of retrospectively. And Thrive, the group that we formed, addresses other issues that young women have. Dating and what it's like going through that as a young woman, the changes in your body, sexual changes, which is a field that so needs to be addressed for women of all ages that go through breast cancer. Fertility, and it offers support groups, it offers one-to-one connections, because sometimes people don't feel comfortable going into a support group and would rather communicate over the phone. So it offers one-to-one connections, it offers lecture series, and basically it's a forum and it's a source for women to go to because they're different than women that are postmenopausal. Their needs might be different, and the medications that they can take are also different.
So imagine a woman is logging on. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and she clicks on to your video. What do you want to tell her?
What I want her to see, I want her to see these guys. I want her to know she can get through it, and that she can go on and live her dreams and have a family, even if they don't stay awake, and be fine after all of it, that it's not a death sentence, it's not an end to life, it's a time to refocus and
the knowledge that you take away and the things that you can gain are tremendous. And to just be kind to yourself, be patient because it takes a while, and believe.
That's really, I think that's it. I think that's it. Thanks. That's really good. Wow, that was really something.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for doing this.